That's a 1 cup measure, and that's a half cup.
Right here.
And you want to look at this.
Oh, there.
No, on this one we're going to. You can see it. There you go.
I've
On this
had
one we're
mine
going to
for
actually
18
measure. We don't want a
years.
heaping cup.
I've never
We're using a straight
gonna
measured
love it.
cup. So we're scooping it. We're going to we kind of tap the top, and then we'll scrape off the excess.
Well, he's like, I got this.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm in my
Yeah,
element.
Yeah, do.
Okay, so take the back edge of the knife like this, and just scrape it right along the edge of the top. There you go.
Yeah, because I feel like you.
Okay, and then with that, so then we have this. We have that one.
It's so cute compared to the other one. Aww.
That's kind
Ellie, it's like your own cooking show.
of exactly. Next you'll have a webcast and a blog. You know, you'll have a bunch of Twitter followers.
Mom, how do you do this?
You know,
She
when
needs
you
a
make
thing
something
like the
new,
BAM or
it's
something.
Yeah,
everybody
yeah.
that you made something new.
Don't
All right.
give me any ideas.
So, sweetie, now what we're going to do is we're going to put a teaspoon of salt in there. So here's a teaspoon measure, and I'll get you some salt. So this recipe is really simple. It's flour, egg, and salt. That's all it is.
Can you put olive oil in it too?
You know, typically with pasta I wouldn't. With other doughs I could, but I typically don't. I'm not saying you can't.
I've done pasta.
What's that? Have you? And it's worked?
Yeah, it has.
Very good.
It tastes exactly like professional.
Professional pasta.
4 eggs. Do you make yours pasta with eggs?
Yes, I do.
Now, let's do me a favor. And one thing, if you crack on the edge of the bowl, you're much more likely to get a little shell in there. Crack on a hard surface like a work surface. And then rather than go right into the bowl, go into here. Because if we get a shell in there, we'll see it and we'll be able to pull it out. If it goes right into our dough, first of all, it's harder to see and it might not be as easy to get out. So now you can put that one in and go to the next or whatever. There we go.
Ham it up, Elle.
Is this going to be on like a private YouTube channel or anything like that?
No, probably not. Unless I get permission from.
No, probably not.
Exactly.
Mean daddy.
No, smart daddy.
Dad, you know what's good for you.
Yeah, exactly.
You probably gained like 50 pounds of
Now,
diet.
you don't have to have a mixer like this to do this at home. You can do it with just your hands. But you got to be careful when you're mixing it all together. If you do it in a bowl, and then when it all comes together, then you can kind of knead it on a board. So you don't have to have a mixer. I'm going to tell you though, it is a lot easier with the mixer because it's doing a lot of the hard work for you. So you have to have a signature sound that you make.
Oh, it should be like, yeah, my mom has a good signature.
All right, so let's put this on our mixer. And I'm going to put a dough hook on there. And we're going to start this. Now, it's as simple as that. We're going to mix the flour and the eggs together. But if you find that it's a little too dry and it's not all the flour is mixing together because there's not enough liquid, you can add a little bit of water. And if it's too wet, meaning that it just looks like it's not quite the same consistency as this right here, then you can add a little bit more flour. Be careful. Just give it a chance to come together before you decide whether you need to add either. Nope, you're not going. You're not done. You got to roll and cut some flour. So the reason that is because depending on how we scoop the flour, depending on how big the eggs are, because not every egg is exactly the same size. Sometimes you have to make adjustments. You just have to be aware of that. Now we're going to let this go. What I'm going to do is I'm going to actually pop it off right now, and I'm going to continue kneading it after we roll out our dough, so that we just kind of keep moving along. But I would let this roll. I would let this machine work this for like about 5 to 7 minutes, just to make sure I got a good dough out. All right. So when you make pasta at home, do you roll it? Do you have something like this, or you roll it at a crank machine? How do you like to do it?
Well, honestly, we don't have a crank machine, but what I did for the first time at home, I just used a roller.
A rolling pin.
Which wasn't smart.
Well, it's
So
hard.
it's very thick.
Well, yeah, it's really hard. I mean, in the olden days, that's what they would do. But it takes a lot of practice to do that, for sure. So we're going to make your life a little bit easier. Let's cut that into 6 Or no, let's do 8 pieces. So cut it in a pie wedge like 8 pieces. Right through the center. Right. Good job.
You can tell that that's been sewed.
Now, we're going to use a roller, and each one of you has one of these machines and one of these rollers at your station. And we're going to hook this thing up, and we're going to start by taking a big hunk of dough, and we're going to make it into a flat sheet.
See, Ellie, that's what we need, the attachment. Yeah.
The best attachment.
Yeah.
That's the one thing I don't have. I have every other attachment.
Alright.
The strings of plastic?
So,
Oh, did Daddy get
I'm
that
going to show you one,
attachment?
then you're going to do one, then we're going to give 6 out to the group, okay? Now, see how you have this piece of dough? What we're going to do is we're going to take it, we're just going to flatten it out into like a rectangle, okay? I'm going to take a little bit of flour. This is called bench flour. At this point, the only thing we're using this flour for is to make sure this dough doesn't stick, okay? Now, we're going to feed it through the machine.
Much
It's like
easier.
Play-Doh. That's
Yeah.
exactly what it looks. Right? So now we're gonna fold both the sides into the center. Okay? Boom, boom. And we're gonna turn it through where it's not this side that we're doing, it's not the folded side, it's the edge that we're gonna put through, and we're gonna put that through the machine. And then we're gonna do it one more time where we're just gonna fold it in half. And we're gonna put that through. So now I've taken that weird piece-shaped dough and I've started to turn it into something that was going to look like a pasta sheet. This machine, there's numbers on the side on the dial. And we're just going to go from 1 to 2 to 3 to 4 to 5 to 6 to 7. And at 7 we're going to stop. Now along the way, what you might find is that this dough is going to get a little bit sticky. And if it does, then again, we just take a little bit of bench flour and we're going to run it through. And it's only on the first setting that we run it through more than once. After that first setting, then we run it through, we just run it through the one time. So we're up to 5 now.
Yep.
6.
I'm sure he has one.
This machine goes to 9. There are times that you may want to really fine dough. We're going to cut it into noodles. We don't need it that fine.
Oh, I can't wait to try this.
And one more time, and then it's your turn, Ellie.
Wait, so you have to go to the special plate one where it makes the noodles for you?
Yeah, we got to cut it. All right. Now, we're going to go back to 1. And what was the first step?
Slide to like a rectangle type shape.
Correct. And you don't have to be exact. It'll be okay. You're just flatten it out a little.
It's just as hurt, yeah. Yep. And she's like, if I make a mistake, I'll just move forward. If I make a mistake, I'm like, oh.
No, like on the side, right? Yeah, so when you hit it, just take it with you. Just give it a little bump. And that way it'll kind of stay together for you.
Kind of, sort of, maybe
There
not.
you go. Now it's just in half fold. So just like that, exactly. And then, well, no, put it. Now you're gonna put it like this. So put it in that way. Beautiful. Now it looks like we want it to look. It's okay if it's not. When we cut it, you're never gonna know that that's not exactly a rectangle. But now we go. We're gonna take each time. We're gonna go with a little bit thinner. Anybody like lasagna? Yeah. You make lasagna. Now, these are ready to go. We can make lasagna. We just put it in a lasagna pan, put a little bit of sauce and a little bit of cheese between each layer, and it's a really great lasagna. And you don't have to cook these before. You're going to cook right in the sauce.
It's true.
You've done it?
Well,
No.
I know. My mom has cooked lasagna.
Good. Isn't it a lot lighter when you use fresh noodles?
Yes, it does.
Alright, so each time you're going through, you go, alright, so now we go 3.
Oh, I don't know.
You're probably okay on flour. You don't need any more flour on there.
Exactly.
This should only make a couple minutes. Slow down.
takes a couple minutes.
4.
Yeah, there's something cool.
5. And if like when you're at home, if it's too hard to work with such a big piece, just instead of cutting it in 8, cut it in 12. Okay, and then you'll have smaller pieces you're dealing with. Looking good. That's right, you got kind of caught up on it. Alright, you got one more and then you're good. When you put it in, just watch what you're going to grab it like that, get the leading edge in, alright, get that in.
Yeah.
Alright, and now let this come
Like a guy.
You don't have to feed it into the machine. The machine will pull it through, and then it won't get messed up when it does. This is not like it's not like it's going to fall apart in your hand. Alright.
Wow.
How's that look?
Great.
It's like a blanket there. All right, now the next step, and we're going to wait we're going to let this dry just for a few more minutes before we do it. We'll take this out. We'll put the cutters in. We'll cut this into a little bit more manageable sizes, like maybe 2 or 3 pieces, and we'll go and cut it. But when we get to that stage, I'm going to bring this out to over there. You guys have one set up in front of you. I'll get the thing in there, and we'll get started with it. Ellie, do you want to drop 2 at each station that they can work with?